What's up, everyone? I'm back with another video, and I'll be honest if I tell you that this is not the direction that I thought that this channel would go in when I started it, but it is basically meant to capture those things that interest me when they interest me, and interestingly enough, all of the stuff related to Airsoft has gotten incredibly positive feedback. So I've been kind of going on this journey like I do with all things that I get interested in, where I'm sure like many of you out there, you like to explore things further and learn more and grow your experience. And so I recently purchased, as part of Black Friday, this chronograph. And I'm very interested to see how all of the different things that I've received in 2 boxes of Awesomeness, as well as one of my own purchases, actually perform. And I have a couple of other items on the way, Black Friday purchases, that kind of up the game from here. So I'll be using this going forward as well. But I wanted to basically see, what does your money get you in the airsoft world? And I've got a pretty good selection of kind of really entry-level stuff to halfway decent. And like I said, I have some better stuff coming along the way. So this is an Acetech AC6000 Bluetooth chronograph. Came from Amazon. Has a really nice OLED display. And I'm just opening it for the first time now. So let's figure it out together. And we'll see if we can't characterize some of the different things that I received from Evike. I got the decked out version that comes with a case and an aluminum kind of barrel there, just so that if you happen to hit it with a BB to the side, you're not going to break it. It was an extra $20. I don't think it was necessarily worth it, but really wasn't that big a deal either way to me. So I liked having a case versus having to put it back in the box. And it looks like, oh, gotta pull this tab out. Battery's dead. So I'm gonna get this thing charged up, and then I'll kind of reset everything up. I've got a tripod so I can mount it right here. I've got a box of Awesomeness turned into basically a really durable target so I can shoot all these things indoors. So I'll set it up right here with this kind of like that, and we'll see if we can't characterize all that we have in front of us. Alright, so the first thing that I can tell you that I'm already really liking about this is that it has basically a USB charging port in the back. So it has a rechargeable lithium-ion battery included with it, and it has this USB charging port. But the cool thing is that the charging port can actually act as a power source. So I didn't actually have to charge this thing. I just connect this basically USB charger, and now I can power this thing on immediately. And playing around with it briefly, it's actually very user-friendly. I don't know if we can get focus on this. So there's only 3 screens. They're really easy to navigate. So there's the main screen that shows the feet per second and the rate of fire. It also calculates joules based on the weight of the BBs. There's a second screen here that I think is for memory, and then there's a screen for settings. So there's the ammo. You can basically pick the weight. I'm using 0.2 gram BBs, so it's set to that. I'll leave it at that. There's the units, so rate of fire, I did per second. Speed I set to feet per second. Weight, gram, energy, joule. There's a brightness setting. Let's see, what is this? I don't know what that is. I don't think it's important. And then we can just go back to the main screen, and now we can get started. Alright, so this is kind of tricky to get the exact angles that I want, but first up we have this Sig Sauer 1911 spring-loaded pistol. And this came in a package with an AEG that combined was $80. So, I mean, the value of this, maybe 10 to 20 bucks, if even. Let's see what it can do. 147.8 feet per second. 151.3. 153.4. So nothing to write home about, but that is as expected. Next in line, we have another Sig Sauer spring-loaded pistol. This came in a box of Awesomeness on its own, and I think the retail price on this was $23, something like that. So let's see if this one's any better. $147.7. Oop. That didn't hit where I wanted it to. 43.3. 154.2. So basically with these spring-loaded pistols, you can expect about 150 feet per second, give or take a couple feet. Next up, we have a gas blowback Hudson H9, I believe. And I don't know what retail on this was. 100 something, maybe. I'm not the biggest fan of this, but it should be a little better than the spring-loaded ones that we just shot. $214. 197.8. 196. 191. So just under 200 feet per second on average. Better, obviously, than the spring-loaded ones. And being gas blowback, you don't need to pull the spring back and set it yourself every time, so that's nice. All right, next in line, the EMG Terran Tactical STI 2011, as seen in the John Wick movies. This one was, I think, $195 retail, and I did buy this one myself just because I really like it. So let's see if this performs any better. $223.7. 220. 219. 216. 217.7. So a little bit better. All right, next up is the AEGs, and I'm going to have to reset the camera to be able to show you those, so be right back. All right, first up with the AEGs is the Sig Sauer AR-15 style gun that came with the spring-loaded 1911, and like I said, together these were, it was an $80 set, so not expecting much out of this in the way of performance. And the cool thing here is we can actually test the rate of fire, which again, like I said, I'm not expecting much. $221.6, 222.1, 222.5, so it looks like 222 is what it's capable of. And let's set it to full auto and see what the rate of fire is. Alright, true story guys, don't play with airsoft guns in the house if you're not 100% sure what you're doing, because two managed to breach the back of my target and dent my shoe display. So now I got to get some filler to patch that up. We're going to take the rest of this exercise outside. Alright, so I couldn't get a good rate of fire read on this SIG in the house. So I'm going to try it again out here. And I don't know, it may not even be fast enough to get a good read, but we'll see. .2. So like I said, that's nothing to really write home about. All right, and up next we have this Bison, and this came in a box of Awesomeness, and this is one of the ones that I really didn't care for when I got it, but after using it, I found it pretty respectably competent. And I kind of came around to at least giving it its fair due. So I think this one's really powerful. This is the one that actually broke through the back of the target and hit my shoe display. So maybe I should hate this gun just a little bit more right now. But let's see what it's capable of. .423.9. 426.6, 426.7, so 420 feet per second pretty consistently. That's pretty powerful. And let's see what the rate of fire is. Looks like 10.5. So for a gun that I didn't really care for all that much when I got it, it actually performs pretty well for something that came in a box of Awesomeness. All right, and last but not least, we have the Noveske Gen 4 by EMG, and this is the 350 feet per second model, designed for, I believe, indoor use. And so I'm not expecting it to be as good as the Bizon from a feet per second perspective, or I shouldn't say as good, I mean as high, but hopefully it can give us a respectable rate of fire. .349.3, that's straight at 350 just about. 349.3. Whoa, 406.2. 344. 344. 343. And let's give it the full beans. .11. So it performs a little better than the Bizon from a rate of fire perspective, and it stays right around the 350 feet per second mark. I think the one that showed 4, I actually aimed it down just a little bit. I hit the edge, and so it's actually nice that I got this aluminum version that I didn't think I needed, because it protected the unit from breaking as a result of that. Alright, I think that's all we got for this video. The unit does what it's supposed to do, works well, seems reliable, didn't break with me actually hitting the wrong area. Pretty impressed, pretty excited. Gonna use it to evaluate some of the other things that I have coming in. Thanks for watching, see you at the next one.